Who loves making their own background paper? I do. It's so much fun. It's incredibly messy. This is just from a couple of plays around with reinkers and some paper. This one I just played with using the basic white paper, and it looks okay, but I dug out my Fluid 100 watercolor paper. So I'm going to show you how you can create your own background with the Fluid 100 and some reinkers. Now, these are super cheap. They're about $5 each, and they are about 15 mils or half an ounce. So there's oodles. I've had these for quite some time. I've filled up my ink pads with them. I have filled my Stampin' Up markers with them. And I've even done a few of this type of technique. Basic stuff. A couple of colors of reinker. I'm using Mango Melody, Bermuda Bay, and Granny Apple Green. I've also got a mister. It's just filled with plain water. And I've got a pack of the Fluid 100 paper. I've also got just an old Ziploc baggie that I had laying around in my craft room. You will probably also want to have some paper towel around, just to sop up some of the extras. And I'm going to pull out the 2 half sheets that I've got here. And then we're just going to create a couple of different backgrounds. Oh my goodness. I've also got some of the frost white. I haven't decided if I'm going to play with the shimmer paint or not. I featured this in a video a little bit ago, so you can always go back and take a look at the videos that I've already done. If you haven't already subscribed, hit subscribe down below, and I will, not me, YouTube will send you a notification every single time a new video is posted. This week I am also going live on Thursday, and I will have my Friday video as well. I'm not going to create a card with this because it does take some time to dry. So I will post that on my Facebook page in a little bit, probably later in the week. So my Facebook page, if you don't already follow, is Prairie Sky Paper Crafts. So now I'm just going to add a few drops of the Bermuda Bay. Now, you don't have to be terribly fussy with how this is going, where it's going. I like to try to do some random spacing. It's a little hard to tell the color with some of the tones when you're just putting it onto your work surface. If you haven't used your reinker in a while, just give it a shake, make sure it's all mixed up, and then just dab it on. I think that should probably do. Now, when I do this, I like to apply some water to my watercolor paper just to kind of prime it. So just hold it a little bit above, and then just kind of let the water roll where it may. And then I'm also going to apply some water to my surface just to make sure that things start to flow. And then I'm just going to take my paper and put it down and press it out. You will get inky fingers. It washes out with soap and water. It's perfectly fine. And then when it starts to curl, I just lift it up and then set it onto my work surface. Now, I've got a paper towel that is fairly well colored already, but I'm just going to go over and dab my color. Now, I do have quite a bit of ink on my work surface right now. I'm just going to move this over to the side. So you know what? I am going to add just a little bit, a drop or two of the shimmer paint, just very carefully and very slowly, because a little bit goes an incredibly long way. 1 drop, and I'll do a drop over on this side. 1 drop. That should be plenty, and you can kind of see how it starts to absorb some of the color a little bit. So this is going to look a little bit different because the color is pooling. I'm just going to add just a little shot over top of the glimmer paint. I'm going to add some more water oops, to my watercolor paper. And you can see the color on my finger is on the card as well, which is perfectly fine. So kind of roll it around again. And this time I think I'm going to go this way. And lift it up. And you can sort of just play with it a little bit and watch it move around. Now, I'm just going to wipe off my work surface, or try to. This paper towel is fairly saturated already. And if you have any questions about this technique or about reinkers, you can comment down below. You can send me an email. I am more than happy to help you out in any way that I possibly can. And if you're in Canada and would like to check out my Stampin' Up page, it's andreaastinson.stampinup.net. I actually look like I'm pretty much ready to go for St. Patrick's Day. So I'm just going to add maybe a little bit more mango. I'm not exactly sure how this is going to turn out, so it'll be a learning experience for all involved. I'm just going to plop it, and I think that'll be good. I'm going to roll it around on my page, or on my piece, add a little bit more water just to kind of help with the bleeding and the flow. And if you don't like the way that something is looking, the way that you've got it, it's water soluble. So just keep adding water to it. You can just keep adding different layers of color. Okay, and then actually, I'm going to bring in some tissue paper because that paper towel is not going to be used anymore. There, and that'll absorb some of the color. Okay, and actually, I think I'm going to try something. This is how I craft. You're getting an inside peek at my brain. I'm just going to add a little bit right onto the tissue paper. Close this up before something happens. All right, and then I'm just going to take the tissue paper and just kind of mush it around. That is the technical term, in case you're wondering. There, I actually kind of like that. So you just kind of smush it around your page and just keep going until you're content with how it looks. Now, the watercolor paper is a lot more forgiving with manipulation than the basic white is, just because of how it's made and also how thick it is. But you can see that depending on how you treat it, see I added more water to this one, not this one. So this one's a lot darker. But if we went ahead, just move this one off to the side, let it dry, and if I added a little bit more water to this one, you can see how the color is kind of starting to move around a little bit more. And you can kind of make it a little bit more fluid. And then I'm just going to tap it off. And then as it dries, it will get lighter. So as I said, the cards will be shown on my Facebook page. And as soon as I have them done, I'll also pop them into the comments on the video as well. So thank you so much for watching. I hope this has inspired you to get a little bit inky, a little bit dirty, and have some fun with your reinkers and watercolor paper. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great day.